Well, hello everyone, I'm Jorge Maestre, and today I'm going to talk about how competition structure drives drought resilience in a super-Mediterranean pine forest. First of all, I hope no one is surprised to hear that Mediterranean forests are getting increasingly exposed to fatal droughts, and also that the pine forests are a vital ecosystem in the Mediterranean basin. And so we need to adapt our management to face this challenge. Here we already talked about mixing as a way to find the overyielding, the stock overyielding, but also to reduce competition, and maybe through that reduction in competition, we may boost drought resilience. Also, the development of resilience indices has been well. We have seen a lot of papers using this kind of resilience indices. The first one of them was the Francisco Lloret from 2001. We are going to discuss it later. So basically, to understand the tree response to drought on mixed forest and to adapt our management, we are going to use in this work dendrochronology. So basically, we have a 1 hectare plot with 757 located and measured trees, where we extracted the 2 cores per tree. We selected the drought events with attending to the SPAY index, and also we calculate for each one of them the HEGI competence index, and we also decompose this HEGI competence in intraspecific competence and interspecific competence. Competition, not competence. I already talked about the Francisco Lloret paper, and since then there has been a lot of papers using that indices, and also some of them that criticize them, and also some of them that propose new ones. Today, we are going only to talk about the classic resilience by Francisco Lloret, but also the growth resilience index proposed by Tom Ovenden in 2021. That it consists in the forecasting of growth through an ARIMA model and the ratio between that forecasted growth and the observed growth. Also, our team we try to develop a new index called growth years lost, based on Eric Thurm paper from 2016 that consists on the growth recovery time and the expected and observed growth during that growth recovery time. Also, to understand everything, we use the GLM-TMB models and the Akaike information criteria. Basically, what we found in the classic resilience indices is that it's modulated along a competition gradient. What we see here is there's in the left side we see the scenario where the competition is mainly interspecific. Only 25% of the competition is intraspecific, and on the right side we see the case where the 90% of the competition is intraspecific. And inside every chart we see the competition gradient. They behave similarly, even regardless of the composition. But what we can see is that in every case, Pinus nigra is always a more resilient tree than Pinus sylvestris. When we take a look at the growth resilience index by Tom Ovenden, the results change a little bit. This time, Pinus sylvestris is more resilient than the Pinus nigra, and also what we see, and it's really surprised me, is that in high intraspecificity and high competition scenarios, the growth resilience increases. And also, when we take a look, this index is a little bit different because we have to understand that the lower the value of this index, the better. So basically, what we see is that the behavior of both species change. The behavior of Pinus sylvestris is similarly whether the competition is intraspecific or not. But what we can see is that Pinus nigra behaves better in more intraspecific occasions. Basically, what I think you can appreciate that both indices are looking for a complementary response, where they show that both scenarios where the high intraspecific competence maximizes resilience. As it may look in both indices that Pinus sylvestris is more resilient than Pinus nigra. Basically, what I want you to take home with this presentation is that we need to use more than one index to understand what is the drought resilience, especially the individual response. Also, I believe that growth years lost may be a good index to implement in stand modelization as a way to relatively account how much we lost in terms of growth with a drought, and also that the effect of mixing on individual response remains unclear as different indices oppose in particular signals, right? Also, that Pinus nigra modulates its response different to Pinus sylvestris, and it was discussed later, mixed stands may be more resilient, but if it's the case, other processes that other than competition reduction may be the ones involved in the boost observed in this mixed stands. So basically, thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk in front of you. That's everything I have to say.